Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. In the last episode, I was helping Lady Tyrannus here in Tumladen, and I'm going to continue doing that. I got a few quests to turn in, and then I can start doing a few others. Let me see where I'm headed. So all the way over there, so I am going to get on my war steed. That is a long ride. Go this way. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Don't fall in the oh my god. What a start to the episode. Let's try that again. Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. A few minutes ago, I ran into the river, and then I used my milestone skill to get back up here. So let me ride out of the city. And of course, I immediately go the wrong way. Actually, no, this is the right way. I just shouldn't have gone in that little stable. Nope, it's not. No, there's nothing up there. What an absolute and total unmitigated disaster. I should take a pledge to never use the war steed again. It just creates more problems than it solves, is what I've realized. It's so clunky and it shoots me in directions that I don't want to go in, and then I get stuck behind things and it's just a mess. Go flying off the bridge. Whatever, I'm out. I'm on my way. We're riding east. The music here is very comforting. It reminds me a lot of the music from the early areas of the game. Like Bree and all that. There's this little camp here. I haven't really had any quests down there yet. Okay. The lady sent you, did she? Indeed, you have come at a fortuitous time. You see, the Haradrim have been rallying under the cover of trees nearby, and they mean to invade Arnok. If you would keep watch with us for some time, we would be most thankful. It is a grim day, traveler. My men and I have held out here for hours now, and the Haradrim continue to push their advance against Arnok. We have held them back for hours now, but I grow concerned that their numbers shall soon overwhelm us. They stalked the road into Mladen, and we in turn have barricaded the bridge into Arnok. Would you lend us your aid? If even one of my men can rest as you defend the bridge, it would bolster our resolve for the coming assaults. Okay. Excellent. Let me get on my regular steed. And what am I doing here? Talk to Othor. My men have spotted Haradrim approaching from the west. We must drive them back. Are you ready, Kippen? I hear them coming. We must ready ourselves. To arms. We cannot allow them to breach Arnok. They're not giving up so easily this time. Easy peasy. You have defended the bridge into Arnok. Do not think us weak, you snakes. I thank you for your aid, Warden. That should break their assault for some time. This assault troubles me, though. For what reason would the Haradrim throw themselves against the walls of Arnok instead of passing across the Arrowy? We have not the men to guard the crossing, and could not repel their advance there. Return to the lady and tell her of my concerns. I do not believe we should have leave this matter to speculation. Okay, next, let me go a little bit further east into this next region. Wait a minute, there is a quest ring here. There's a quest ring, but no actual quest. Sometimes that happens. See the little quest ring on the map? It's okay. I try my best to get all the quests, but I don't worry too much about it because if I miss any, I'll of course catch them when I go through the completion checklist. And then if I missed anything, obviously I go back and do it. Let me take a look at the new map here. Okay. So I'm all the way over here. We're getting close to Minas Tirith, man. That's exciting. That is very exciting. Let me open up the stables, of course.
These are troublesome times indeed.
So, Bar Hurin. I don't know where that is. I don't know if I've even been there yet. A wagon is stopped in the road. You recognize its driver from his exasperated expression.
I did not expect to see you again. Still on the road, eh?
I'm not too proud to tell you that when Nithadon returned to my wagon with the second barrel of nails, I considered giving up my profession and becoming a recluse then and there. I weighed that course very seriously, but in the end I decided that it would be shameful to surrender to such a trial, and I remain a wagon driver. My son has done nothing but make me regret the choice ever since. Father, I ate too many apples. Father, I think I have a splinter. Father, I missed the sun. When I was a boy, I would have taken this eternal night with more grace than he does, truly. We are bound for Minas Tirith in the House of Healing with a supply of Kemendurial liquor from Galagam's divine and delicate drafts. But I do not know if we will have safe passage. We encountered a traveler on the road who says Harland is full of orcs. Can you investigate if this is so? There are 3 places I would know about in particular. The entrance to Harland, the docks, and the gatehouse in Ramas Ekor. The wall that encircles Pelennor. Okay. So that's going to be all the way up there. You know what? Let me go back and turn in the other quest. And I can just swift travel there with a pony. Because it might vector into other quests in this region. So I don't want to have to do things twice.
These are troublesome times indeed.
So it looks like I actually cannot travel to Tumladen. Alright, so we're going to use this instead. The milestone skill. Or wait a second. Before I do that, let me set a milestone here. Since I can't swift travel. Let me do that. And then... yeah, I don't need to worry about Morlot anymore. So I can do that instead. Yeah, I definitely love these milestones, man. Makes my life easy. There were probably a dozen seasons that I just completely neglected them, but I'm trying to make up for that mistake. So I got a little bit of a ride up there. It's a good time to remind you that I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. It's a hefty goal, but very doable with your help. 75% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed. That's shameful, guys. Come on, hit the subscribe button. It's the least you can do. These videos are free for you. I work so hard on them. All I ask is that you join the family. Subscribe, forget about it, and then we're all done and even. Also, I have a Discord channel. Get to know some people, make some friends. Follow me on Twitter for some fun stuff, behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes I'll announce games that I'm going to be recording next on there first, so there you go. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Let me see if this is indeed going to vector.
What is the meaning of this?
You have my thanks for keeping the people of Arnok safe, Kippen. It is yet another thing my sister could not manage without my help. You see, she and her husband led Arnok, but that is another story for which I do not wish to speak more. It is strange indeed that the Haradrim would more easily and readily set siege to Arnok instead of fording the Erui at the crossing. Why would they march directly into superior numbers instead of hastening to the east? I believe this might be a matter for you and Lord Angbor to investigate.
What is the meaning of this?
As I said, I believe this is a matter best left for you and Lord Angbor. The Haradrim pose a dire threat to the people seeking refuge in Tumladen as well as all that dwell within Lossarnok. We must discover what has divided their forces near Erui. Lord Angbor is a man of battle, and I trust that he will know what is best. He has since departed Tumladen, but you may find him at the crossings of Erui if he and his men have not yet crossed into Lossarnok. May you be swift, Kippen. Okay, let me take a look here. So he's going to be all the way over there. Man, that's kind of far. I kind of want to go check out this place too and just see, but let me go turn in the quest first. Let's do that. I'm terrified of this bridge that I fell out of, but I'm going to get on the war steed regardless. Alright, let's go. I've been doing a ton of riding around this episode. I might fast forward this ride since we're already familiar with the map and the landscape to where I'm going. Ah, Kippen, what has kept you? You tell Lord Angbor of the Haradrim's unusual behavior at the Beacon Minlos and Lady Tyrannus is concerned. If their force became divided at the river, perhaps more of their numbers have fled into the trees to the south. I know of a settlement to the south called Halak, but my men and I will not travel so far south as we advance to the east. Yet for once I agree with the lady, and the Haradrim in Upper Lebanon must be defeated if we are to leave these lands behind. I ask that you travel to Halak and aid people there as best you are able. It seems we must part ways again, my friend, but let us hope that our paths will align in Lossarnok. Alright, so there you go. As suspected, I am vectoring down to that little camp I was curious about. Let's see what it's all about. Sounds like there's going to be plenty of quests for me to do over there. I think for the first time in this playthrough, I'm finally beginning to feel like I'm catching up with the content. I feel like once I put Gondor behind me, I'm kind of almost there. It feels like it might be the home stretch. There's Mordor, there's a bunch of stuff actually, I don't know. It's just a feeling I'm having that I'm kind of getting close to something. You arrived at Harlock, but it lies in ruins. Not good. Another town completely razed.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
Few come willingly to Halak these days, travelers. The Haradrim seek to oust us from our homes, but they shall not succeed. Not while I or the rest of the folk that remain still draw breath. If you will help us, we would be honored to count a warden among our number. Okay, good. So she's got some quests for me.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
You must forgive me, traveler, but I have much to do and little time in which to do it. Just today we endured our 4th assault by the Haradrim in recent days, and we are growing worse for the wear. Many of our supplies were scattered in the rubble of the attack, and the goods we stored away on our boats must be recovered. There are others who yet remain, such as Iridon and Gorhir. They may require aid in their tasks as well. I do not have more yet to ask of you, but I cannot delay in my efforts any longer. When you have spoken to the others and gathered our supplies, I shall speak with you once more. I got some rations here. Need 6 of those. Oh, that is some steep stairs. Let me get on the pony.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
They have gone again, but I am certain that they shall return. The Haradrim have crossed the Anduin into our lands, but many more still await across its rushing waters. They have taken much from us, indeed, but we shall not be broken. It has been my charge to keep the fires lit and our stomachs full, but the Haradrim have made this task more difficult with each passing day.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
We have endured numerous assaults by the Haradrim now, traveler. Many of our numbers were killed in the earliest attacks, and more still fled to Tumladen, but I shall not be moved. However, their archers are swift on their feet, and in the midst of the last assault, they stole many goods of great import to us, including some of our food stores. Our people are determined, but we cannot maintain a defense if we are starved. If you can recover them from the archers, we shall be able to hold out for weeks to come. Okay, let me take a look at the map here. It looks like on the other ship there might be some other supplies. Grab these rations here. Last of the supplies. Do need one more ration. Looks like there's a quest ring somewhere over here. Or on the other side here. Oh my god, look at all those dead bodies. Just trampling all over them with my horse. Okay. Let me go up. There's this gentleman to talk to.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
If only there were more of us. I would take up arms against these vile men, but I fear that time has passed. We now hold out as best we can, but you might be able to stand against them. My folk and I have endured many assaults now, and I have done my best to learn the ways of the Haradrim. With this knowledge, I hope to leave them crippled at the hands of an able warrior. I wonder, are you such a warden?
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Even after so many attacks, we still know little of the plans of the Haradrim aside from their slow advance across the Irwi to the east. I have seen their captains, or however they are named among their people, bearing small missives during their assaults on Halak. I do not know if these are letters that they have seized from settlements they have already raised, or their orders from one of their unseen masters. But I wish to know, for the good of all in Lebanon and beyond. You are a hale warden, and can stand against the Haradrim. If you seek out their leaders near the banks of the Irwi, you might be able to relieve them of these missives, and shed some light into the designs for Gondor.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
After the Haradrim left Halak during one of their raids, I followed some of their forces, at quite a distance, mind you. I saw them encamped along the river of the banks of the river of the Irwi, and a few among them had set to work on crafting crude bridge rafts. The crossings of Irwi are wide indeed, but these men seem to be preparing for an invasion. If their forces could cross the entire southern span of the Irwi, the people of Lebanon, Lossarnoch, and even the White City would be indefensible. I ask you that you burn their bridge rafts and slay the woodworkers who crafted them before they can be used to any vile end.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
J.R.R and Gore here are good men, but they are not warriors. I trust they were interested in your aid as well. As for me, I have seen the strangest of things in recent days, things that no mortal man could accomplish. Could it be the true might of our foes?
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
My god, look at this. It's a lot of text. Alright, here we go. Chapter 1. I have asked something of you, Kippen. Few others have heard me on this matter, but you seem the kind to heed the tales of the strangers. Chapter 2. In my youth, I often traveled the lands of Lebanon and spent much of my time upon the banks of its rivers. I knew well the legends of our people, and as did all other children of Lebanon. But that was not the reason for my wanderings. My father had taken ill in summer, and the disease claimed him by spring. My mother went silent for a year's time, and all looked upon me as a child of madness and misfortune. My only respite was in walking the banks of the 5 rivers, and so I went. The Erowe was the nearest to my home, and it, too, knew well of my tragedy and death. It was there that King Eldakar slew the usurper long ago, but many others fell and bloodied its shallows before the battle came to an end. It is said that the last of these 5 sisters, the lone lady of Erowe, once looked upon our people with fondness, but the horrors that occurred in her waters led her to spirit herself away. It may seem a different tale from my own, but it has not yet reached its ending. You see, I sat near the falls at the crossings one day and was overcome by the sadness of my family's fate. As I dried my tears, I saw something that has not left my mind in all these years. I saw the image of a woman's face gazing upon me from behind the falls. I dashed into the water and called out, but as soon as I drew close to the falls, the face had gone. To this day, I know that the lone lady appeared before me, and ever since, I have held close my belief in the sisters. The Haradrim do not respect our lands or rivers as we do, and they do not know the fear and the ire of the 5 sisters. The lone lady should not again suffer the blood of men in her waters, and I ask that you seek her out at the crossings as I once did. May she watch over Lebennin and keep us from all the evils of war. Okay. Let's go do some quests. Hopefully I can take a quick little break here from reading. Man. Let me go out this way. I like that spear, man. It's a cool weapon. I need to go kill Haradrim, recover some goods. Go to the banks of the river. Alright, what am I doing here? Oh, they're the archers. So I gotta actually loot their body here. So this is a new skill for me since the revamp, and looks like it didn't do anything. That's weird. Javelin of Deadly Force. Can throw their javelins with such deadly force that it will pass completely through several bodies. For every target hit, you gain a stack of range damage and critical buff damage. I don't understand why that missed, but I'll try again once the cooldown is up. Maybe I have to be within a certain range for it to work. I don't know. Let me get that guy. What is the range on this? 30.2 meters. Three more of these. Okay, let me try that skill again. See, that one hit. I don't know what I did differently that time. Maybe you actually have to aim this one, which would be interesting. Like, you have to align your character with what you're aiming at. Got a woodworker here. Let me kill this guy as well, why not? You have found a missive and should now examine it. Servants of Sauron the Great, the hour has come for our greatest triumph. The city of stars has fallen, and our advance waits only on the darkness of dawn. Our force is vast and grows greater by the day. If you seek the spoils of victory and the favor of the Great Eye, you will travel at once to Osgiliath and rally with the Morgul host. The men of Gondor have lost all but the armor they bear, and so thin has it worn that none may stand in the path of our host and live. So I need to kill more woodworkers, burn more boats. So actually, that's going to be a little to the north instead of south. And wait until this guy's in range. I don't need to kill any more War Masters. I'm gonna completely ignore them. Can't see anything, man. These reeds are too tall. I pressed the wrong button. Oh well. Okay. So now I need to get a few more archers in the woods. Then I gotta look for the Lady of the Lake or whatever. Oh, I forgot to loot the guy. Dang it, that's annoying. Okay, that's all 8. Let me see about setting this as the quest focus. So it's to the north. Yeah, so I think it's that little quest ring right there. Let me go and see. So yeah, I guess it should be near the waterfall where she reported seeing her. Slain Haradrim. The Haradrim lies drowned near a pile of river stones as his brethren battle nearby. The waters of the Arrowy churn violently as the Lone Lady appears. The Lone Lady's face flushes with anger and she does not respond to your words. You trespass as all others do. Be gone and sully the waters no longer. In the aftermath of your encounter with the Lone Lady, you have been assaulted by the Arrowy itself in the form of armors once worn by the men who fought in the Kinstrife. While you cannot tell if these armors belong to Gondorians who fought for King Eldakar or Casimir the Usurper, you decide to bear them away to the people of Lebennin, if only to deprive the Lone Lady of this unsettling power. Once you have recovered enough armors, perhaps Glacial of Halak will know what should be done with them. Alright, so neither of those counted because I took too long to read the quest, of course. That's okay. I'll kill more. So I don't have to loot these, which is nice. I can just run. You know what? Instead of doing an offensive strike, I am going to... Well, I did the wrong gambit. Never mind. Let me do this. Gosh, I hate these little skills. The recovery and quick recovery. Sometimes they seem like they just don't work, which is weird to me. So yeah, I'll do a combination strike because that does a little bit more damage and that should ensure a 100% kill rate. And of course I say that, and that did not come to pass. That's okay. I might have to wait for some respawns here. Or some Haradrim, but I'm not seeing any of the armors. Although there might be a few down here. Yeah, there you go. Let me bring all these together. Gonna need one more. Yeah, I think this is about as far as they go. I'm gonna look for just one more or wait for respawns. Very unfortunate. Okay, here's one. There we go. Okay, so now I can ride all the way back, and I will fast forward this part, taking a similar path I've taken multiple times by now.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
These are grim tidings, Kippen. The missive fills me with dread, and I ask that you take it away from me. Do with it what you will, but remove it from my sight. The lady must be told of this. I can only hope that she can send word to the steward in time.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
As much as I wish the Haradrim gone from our lands, I would gladly keep them from returning to their cruel masters in the east. You have done well to slow their advance even further, my friend. Let us hope that this delay leaves their plans undone. You know, before I talk to her, let me talk to the guy downstairs. Wait a minute. No, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted the regular steed. Yeah, let me talk to this guy first, because I have a feeling more quests will open up with the lady once I talk to this guy. Just a feeling.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Thank you, Kippen. I shall see these goods brought to the others at once. We shall hide them away in secret places the next time the Haradrim dare to attack Halak, for they cannot steal what they cannot find.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
I am saddened to know that the Lone Lady has grown so cruel in her rage, but these armors are of great import to the history of our people. It is true that many of the usurper's followers were left to rot in the waters of Erwi alongside their masters, but I never expected to see their armor pulled from the riverbed after so many centuries. I shall see that these are given to Lord Sirgon of Pelargir when this conflict has ended. As a ruler of the home of the Ship Kings, he may decide their final place of rest.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
The Lone Lady has turned against us? All is lost, Kippen. She has always been the most distant of the sisters, even in our stories of old. Yet she was never twisted as you describe. What has happened to her after these long years, and what can be done? Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode. In the next one, I will continue helping out the people here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.